right. Rams 37, Cardinals 14. Maybe we have some half decent quarterbacks. How about that? Stafford goes 229, 4 touchdowns and a pick. Kyler goes 256, 1 touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. Kyron Williams was eased back in with 16 carries, 143 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. Royce Freeman was also good, 13 carries for 77 and a touchdown, most of which came kind of in garbage time. Connor had 6 for 27 for the Cardinals and wasn't great, 4 for 5 through the air. Michael Carter, 4 carries for 19 yards, also seen some receiving work. So Carter's an interesting speculative ad for me to hold on to. I'd like to see if they do anything with him here. The receivers were all over the place. 3 for 76 for Tutu Atwell, 4 for 27 for Nakua, 3 for 18 for Cooper Kupp. Hollywood goes 6 for 88. Dortch goes 3 for 27 and is saved by a touchdown. The tight ends were probably the stars here. 7 for 60 for Trey McBride, 5 for 29 and 2 touchdowns for Higbee, which was particularly interesting because before the game, I remember seeing Jeremy tweet something about how bad Higbee was and how you could drop him. So naturally, Higbee was going to go off just to make Jeremy look stupid.
Well, yeah, Rappaport mistakenly said he was going on the IR. So Rappaport
put
that out,
that. And then he corrected and said, never mind, you can leave him on your bench. I hope you didn't, but you probably did. Both kickers were terrible. Both defenses. Look at the Cardinals here. Negative defense and kicker points. That's interesting.
That is brutal.
What is there to talk about in this one? The quarterbacks are good. The running backs and receivers are interesting, but the receivers can't seem to figure out who's going to play or who's going to be best each week.
Yeah, Stafford's just struggling. And I mean, he had a good game because he had 4 touchdowns, but like, it's been hard for these wide receivers, Puka and Kupp. And Kupp's dealing with the injury. Puka's getting like all the targets and stuff. It's not hitting right now. So you're just really living on the bad side of variance with him. You just gotta trust it. He still led them in targets, like he just won him. Interestingly enough, with that backfield, it got out of hand early. So Kyron had the majority of snaps throughout the first half. In the second half, and more where they were like splitting work. So I don't think that Freeman usage is really gonna stick. It's more Kyron's backfield. I would not worry about it too much. Yeah, so like it just is what it is. Freeman had a touchdown, which was nice to see. It sucks for Connor because we thought we were getting bell cow usage from Connor. It's really not looking like that. It's more looking like he's splitting work with Carter. So, it's kind of more he's just going to get knocked down moving forward. And, Hollywood's that guy. Trey McBride, he's still at 9 targets. I wouldn't worry about him. Like, he's the focal point of that offense. So, like, the players you want in this offense. It's Nakua, it's Kupp, it's Hollywood, it's McBride, and then it's Kyron and maybe Connor, but like it's a little more iffy after that.
Actually, I was impressed with McBride. He still had a pretty decent game, and he's all the way up into tight end 11 now, despite the fact that he essentially wasn't used until week 8. Depends. He had one game before that where he was kind of used, but like he didn't crack 40%. Well, okay, he did early one game, but like he was unusable, like not used at all till somewhere between week 6 and week 8, and he's been awesome since.
I really blame the head coach last year because he was historically inefficient last year. Like as a rookie, he was awful. And then they're like, guess what? We're gonna go with Zach Ertz, who is old and dusty to start the year. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then they finally realize, like, hey, maybe let's not go with Zach Ertz. I'm like, oh, look at that, weird. You got a young guy that's good.